All right, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Whatever time it is, when you hear this message, I pray that you're poised to receive, to accept, and to respond to words of wisdom. Ashe. So today, I want to share a really powerful lesson that actually had entered into my mind over the weekend. We did a series of ceremonies and were fortunate to elevate several of our members. And in the process, when we make a sacrifice, we typically will remove the feathers and we will put them onto the icon. And so as my students were doing that part of the ritual, I was watching them do it and making sure that the feathers were evenly distributed or have you. And it entered my mind. I said, you know what? I know they're wondering why I have them put the feathers on the icon, but no one has ever asked. And I thought to take the opportunity to explain it, but we were in the process of doing other things and it just escaped my mind. But as it were, apparently the divinities want this lesson to be shared. And so it has come up again. And so I'm going to share it in the broader community because not only does it explain ritual protocol, but it helps to underscore a broader principle about why we do things in a certain way. And I think the different roles of generations, people with, or the different roles of the strata of generations. And what I mean by that is, I myself am really understanding what it means to be a legitimate OG, right? And what's the purpose of being an OG? What is the necessity of having OGs in your corner playing their role to the fullest? As an OG, I can look back upon my life and I can look back upon all the ways in which things were put before me in a way that put me at a disadvantage. Not just me personally, but all the people in my age group. And I think that the role of all of us who are 50, 55, 60, our duty in large part is bringing the light to the younger generations, really putting you up on game, really and truly revealing to you the way forward. Okay? This is what I mean. Listen, between age 15 and say 30, you are at your best, right? You look your best, your skin is bright, your eyes are shining, your mind is sharp, your body is the most agile, strong, and flexible and resilient, right? You are at your best. And it is at that point that you should be most dedicated and committed to using all of your resources to improve society. You should be standing strong for progress, elevation, and improvement. But instead, you're focused on all the wrong stuff. You're focused on vanity. You're focused on short-term outcomes. You are super duper selfish, and you are forming your relationships and making commitments that will have almost zero impact on your long-term success. That is the honest to God truth. Even if you go to college, I want you to think about it. If you have the wherewithal to put yourself into school and then get out of school and graduate, here you are, 26, 25 years old, and you got $100,000, $200,000 debt. All you can think about is putting your nose to the grindstone and work. You're not concerned about what's going on in the ozone layer. You're not concerned about the Amazon forest. You're not concerned about what's happening right there in the hood because you have this huge debt hanging over your shoulders, right? And the same is true. You may have never gone to college, but you got all kind of credit card debt. You bought some kind of a foolish car that you couldn't afford. You rented some apartment that you couldn't afford. You bought a whole bunch of clothes and jewelry and stuff to impress people who you don't even know anymore. On and on and on. You just think about all the activities that you got involved in between 15 and 30, 15 and 35. By and large, most people were engaged in activities that had no impact on your ability to do what really matters in life, which is to leave a legacy. Do the math on everything that you got into. How much of it contributes to your ability to leave a legacy? But I'm going to tell you, by the time you turn the corner, you're going to want to leave a legacy. Most people lose the capacity to leave a legacy, though, because they didn't dedicate themselves to something meaningful in the time that they had the most vitality and the most resources and the least obligations. See, because also between 15 and at least like 15 to 20, 15 to 25, you don't have any obligations. So you can go out and you can, that energy and time you would spend staying up late and getting up early, that should have been dedicated to the cause. But you was spending all that time and energy in the club. So that is what we should be showing you and telling you, people in our age group. And so this is what I'm trying to do over and over again, particularly within the parameters of Orisa lifestyle. I want you to see that within the tradition, the overwhelming majority of people are leading you astray because they don't know. They think that those things that they're just telling you that you got to get, that's the way. It's not. It's not. They are important things, just like a car is important, and a phone is important, a house is important, having your uniform is important. But why is it important? What is it important? It matters to the degree that you are showing up to your job to do your duty. But your duty isn't just getting money and prestige. You got to be dedicated to some kind of a cause. That's the big picture. Now, how does this pertain to why we put feathers on the icon when we sacrifice a chicken? Let me tell you. Once upon a time, Orunmila was on a spiritual mission. Okay? Orunmila went to go and service the king, the Olofin. And in the process of doing this offering for the Olofin, Orunmila made the sacrifice, and the sacrifice called for a hen. And so Orunmila offered the hen, but it didn't need to be fully sacrificed, right? Meaning there was no blood that was necessary. So Orunmila put the sacrifice in front of the icon, okay? And then he went on his way. But as he was going on his way, he had the hen in his gown. He tucked the hen under his gown, and it was on his way. A rooster, excuse me, it was a rooster. He had the rooster, he puts it under his gown, and he's on his way. While Orunmila is on his way, someone has lost their rooster. And they see Orunmila, and they hear this rooster squawking under his clothes. And they say, this guy here, he stole the rooster. He stole the rooster. So the people come, and they're like, what you got under your gown? Orunmila pulls out the rooster. They say, thief. They don't hesitate. They start slapping Orunmila around. Orunmila says, no, you guys got it all wrong. This is an abomination. I'm Orunmila. I didn't steal nobody's rooster. I just made a sacrifice for the king, and I'm going home. They said, nonsense, but let's go verify. They go back. They see the king. They say, Olofin, this one says that he has made sacrifice for you. The king says, yeah. But actually, I didn't see him make the sacrifice, but I know that I trust that he did. Let me go check. The king goes, he checks, and sure enough, he says, yeah, the sacrifice was there. He did what he was asked to do. And so they said, we concede that the sacrifice was performed. But as a result of that, Orunmila learned an important lesson and created a new practice. That when we make the sacrifice, it's not enough to show that we did the sacrifice to the deity. People also need to see that we've done what we say we were going to do. The we need to show our work, like in mathematics. We need to show our work. And so we pluck the feathers from the hen and we plaster them onto the icon to show that anyone who walks by can see that a sacrifice was made here, because the feathers are here as evidence. Here Ifa is telling us that we need to show people what we have done. We need to, nowadays we call it social proof. People in my generation and above, we need to give social proof. We need to, but the proof needs to be socially oriented. We need to let people see all the ways in which we succeeded, but also all the ways in which they are going to need to succeed, how to avoid the pitfalls, how to dodge the mines, so that you can really reach that stage in life with your resources intact, with your mind intact, and you're better positioned to then continue to do the same for future generations. And so this is a lesson that I want to share with the leaders of every age group. If you are someone you're an elder, if you're a mentor, if you're a youth, but you are really, really, really committed to improving the world through positive influence, then I want you to find out how Oloye, Obafemi, Origuwa, and the Orisa Lifestyle Academy can help you take your practice and your life to the highest level possible. Visit me at obafemio.com or orishalifestyle.com, and let's start working together, one generation with the next, to help bring about the good condition for you and those who you're destined to serve. I look forward to working with you. Bye for now. Odabo.